Hey everybody, this is David here, or Act Like a Grandmaster, aka Chessman, here continuing to bring you coverage of the 2025 U.S. Women's Chess Championship. I already covered the U.S. Chess Championship, so now I'm covering the women's. And today was round 8, and so we're going to go over the games. And it's not coming up. Let me refresh. There it is. All right, in the first game, we got Rose Atwell with the white pieces versus Anna Zatonsky with the black pieces. Rose got a 93.1% accuracy, while Anna got a 92.9% accuracy. And see a few mistakes, not too many. Well, let's see what happened. Start with a radio opening. Turns into the radio opening, but the Nimzowitsch Larsen attack. Looks like b6 is an inaccuracy. Let's see if it's a big one. This does give white over a point advantage, so it is kind of a big inaccuracy. If white plays c takes d6, and he does not, instead plays this, I believe, the second best move, which was knight d4, which still gives white a point advantage. b5 is an inaccuracy, and this loses most of the advantage. Now white just has a slight edge. Knight h2 is an inaccuracy, and this gives white over a point advantage, almost a point and a half. So this is a big mistake. But if king takes h2, and she does, this king h4 was a mistake, and this again gives white about a point and a half advantage. But white does not find the right move. Instead, this drops the advantage to just a slight edge. And it looks like it's going to be a draw. Says king g3 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. Nope, not a big one. Barely an edge for white. Says rook f8 was a mistake. Again, no big deal. Hardly an advantage. Still, it's a dead draw. And with just kings on the board, it's a draw. In the next game, we got Anna Sargassian with the white pieces against Atusa Porkashian with the black pieces. Anna had an 84.1 accuracy, as did Atusa. As I look through the game, I see some mistakes, some blunders, some missed opportunities. Let's see what happened. Got d4, knight f6. We got a Nimzo Indian defense. Looks like bishop to g5 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. Just gives black a slight edge, so nothing too major. So queen takes d1 was a mistake, and this gives black almost a 1.5 advantage if rook takes d1 is played, which of course it is. That was a missed opportunity by white. Let's see what move should have been played. This knight takes a4 would have brought the game closer to even, but instead we got f3, and if black plays g5 or rook c7, g5 or rook c7, then black will have a big advantage. Instead misses it and plays a6. Now it's close to a draw. This rook b7 was a mistake, and this loses most of the advantage. It's really close to a draw now. Only about half a point advantage. This king f4 is a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. This does give black almost a point advantage, so it's a pretty big mistake. May still be drawable though. Let's see what happens. Another mistake. And this gives black almost a 3-point advantage, so a huge blunder by white. Let's see. Looks like black missed an opportunity, but is still over 2 points advantage, so I don't think it was a huge mistake. I don't think it was a huge miss. Let's see. Looks like white needed to play king f4. Instead missed that move, and now black has a 3.5 advantage. So a huge advantage. Says h4 is a mistake. Let's see how much advantage it loses. Wow, this goes from a 3.5 point advantage to less than half a point advantage. So this was a big mistake by black. So it's a pretty even game again. Looks like we got a big blunder. So if black plays rook to c2, then black will be up 3.25 points advantage. And he does find it. She does find it. And with black being up 2 pawns, it looks like it should be winnable. But let's see. Says rook e1 was a mistake. Oh, and it's almost a draw again. Went from a 3-point advantage to almost nothing. Says that was a missed opportunity. And this gives black an amazing advantage, 4.5-point advantage. And rook e2 was the move that needed to be played. Says f3 was a mistake, and it's back to a draw. If white plays king takes h3, and she does. So it went from a win to a draw. And with 2 kings on the board again, it's a draw. So that was a topsy-turvy game, but ends up being a draw. See, in the third game, we got Megan with the white pieces against Carissa Yip with the black pieces. Megan got an 86.3% accuracy, while Carissa got a 94.7% accuracy. I only see a couple mistakes in the game, but let's see what happened. Got a modern defense. Says taking with the knight was a mistake, but this barely gives black a slight edge, so not a huge big deal. Says bishop d5 was a mistake, and a pretty big one. This gives black almost about a point and a half advantage. If black plays knight takes d5, and she does. And the advantage is almost 3.5 points now, so black has a huge advantage. And with the rook, Carissa goes on to win. This brings Carissa to a 5 out of 8 in the match. And let's take a look at the next one. This game we got Irina Krush with the white pieces versus Talia Cervantes with the black pieces. Irina got a 93.6 accuracy, while Talia got an 87.8 accuracy. I do see 2 or 3 mistakes. Not too much though. But let's see what happened. Got an English opening. Says knight h4 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. This gives black about a point and a quarter advantage if she plays knight e4. Let's see if she plays it. She misses it. So this drops the advantage to barely an edge, less than half a point. Says knight c6 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. This brings the game even. So she lost about a half point advantage. So now it should be a draw. Oh, it actually, no, it's saying it gives white a slight edge over about 3/4 of a point in favor of white. Okay, now it's saying it's over a point. So about a point advantage. So I guess more of a significant edge than we thought. Let's keep going. Knight takes b4 was a mistake, and this gives white almost a 2-point advantage. Now even more than a 2-point advantage. And white wins. And this brings Irina to 4.5 out of 8 points in the match. Next game we got Alice Lee with the white pieces versus Tatev Abraham with the black pieces. Alice got a 92.8 accuracy while Tatev got an 87.6 accuracy. And I do see some mistakes in the game. Let's see what happened. Got a queen's pawn opening. Queen's gambit declined. This bishop to b1 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. This gives black about a 0.5 advantage, so about a half a point advantage, not too big. If black plays knight d4, and black misses it, and so now white has almost a point advantage, so a significant edge. But let's see what white would have had to play. White would have had to play b3 for the edge. Instead, missed it and played queen h4. So it's an even game again. So f takes e4 is a mistake. This gives white over a point advantage if he plays knight takes d4. Let's see if she does, and she does. So c6 was a mistake. And this gives white 1.5 points advantage. Actually 1 3/4, almost 2 points. So this is a huge advantage for white. but rook e1 was a missed opportunity and brings the advantage back down to about a point and a quarter. But king f7 was a mistake, and this gives white almost a 3-point advantage. If she plays rook e to c1, doubles up on the c file, and she plays it. And white Alice wins and brings her total to 6 points out of 8. So I think she might be in the lead, or at least tied. So good for her. And let's take a look at the last game. Last game we got Jennifer Yu with the white pieces against Nazi Pakadis with the black pieces. Jennifer's got an 85.1 accuracy, while Nazi got an 88.5 accuracy. This is a very long game, 111 moves. I only see a couple mistakes, and let's see what happened. Got a Nimzo Indian defense again. This knight d5 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. This gives white a slight edge if she plays queen takes e7. Trades the queens. And she does. This knight to c8 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. This does give white about a 1.5 advantage. Actually, maybe closer to 2 points now. So a pretty significant mistake. But white needs to play bishop a3 to have the advantage. Let's see if she plays it. And she does not. She misses that opportunity. Instead plays bishop to b2, which drops the advantage to almost nothing. Says bishop to e4 was a big blunder, and this gives black a 3-point advantage if she plays b4. And she plays it and has a 3-point advantage. Says rook a5 was a mistake. Let's see. This actually brings the advantage down to about 2 3/4 of a point in black's favor, so still a significant advantage if she plays f6. And she does. And it looks like Nazi is making progress. Just needs to push the pawns. Finally gets a pawn going. Pushes the other. Brings the king up. Locks with the bishop. And that's it. She's going to promote, make a queen, and win the game. This brings Nazi to a 5 out of 8 in the match. Now let's take a look at the standings. And it looks like Alice Lee is in first place with 6 points, followed by Anna Zatonsky, Nazi Pakadiz, and Krista Yip and Anna Sargazian, all tied for second with 5 points. Irina Krush and Rose Atwell are tied for 6th place with 4.5 points. And I believe tomorrow is a rest day. Let's take a look. Yep, today is the 20th, and the next round round 9 will be on the October 22nd. So tomorrow will be a rest day. I'll try to keep busy somehow. But so we'll cover round 9 on the 22nd. If you haven't already, you can watch the coverage of the U.S. Chess Championship, the open section. And I have other videos you can watch on my channel. Just take a look. If you haven't already, you can like and subscribe. And also have a Twitch channel. If there's any other tournaments you think I should cover, just leave it in the comments, and I'll see if I can get to it. And anyways, I hope you have a great one, and have a good night. Bye.